Welcome to Danny Boy. This workshop we're going through classic tune Danny Boy. Now this tune, it does have a bigger note range than what the pipes can do, but there's still a great easy arrangements you can do. So that's what we're going through. Click on the link below if you want to access all the lessons. And this lesson we're playing most of the first line. So we're going to start off, our introductory note is usually our E note. So bottom hand, pinky fingers up, top hand, ring fingers up. So that first note, we're just dropping down to low A. You can get there with the grace note if you wish. If you're not doing the grace note, however, you just drop down that ring finger. But if you want to do that grace note, you gotta lift up the top finger of the top hand. And that's our first note. Our second note is going to be also a low A. So we need to separate these two low A's with something, or you can just hold a long low A. But if you want to kind of follow along what I'm doing, you're going to separate them with any grace note you wish, but in case of the sheet music, I've gotten the link below for you. We're going to do a D grace note, top finger of the bottom hand. So you hear that D grace note happen, we're still on the low A after, and then we go up to the B by lifting up the ring finger of the bottom hand. And that's the whole first bar. So just to talk about beats really briefly, it's written in 4/4, so we have 4 beats in the bar. The quarter note gets the beat. Even if that's too complicated, what you need to know is that first low A gets 2 beats. Dum, dum, dum. The second low A gets 1 beat, and then that B gets 1 beat. So there's our first bar. Now we have from this, going into the second bar, we're going from B up to C, and we can get there with the grip, but if you're not doing the grip, it's just the note transition B to C. Drop down the pinky finger, lift up the middle 2 fingers. If you're going to get there with the grip, so let me break down that grip a little bit for you because it comes up a few times if you wish to do it. So drop down to low G, so all the fingers are on their holes. Do our D grace note, we're still on low G after that, and then pop up to C. So the first half of the grip, we're still on the low G. Then the second half of the grip, just pop up to C. So all together. And once you're on that C, we're going to hold it for 3 beats. So that's a long C after we get there. So let me play what we got so far. So you hear that first long C, 3 beats, then we go down to the B by lifting up the pinky finger, drop down that middle finger for 1 beat, and then we go back to the C. You can get there with the grip again if you wish, and that's the start of the third bar, is that next C. So let me just play that C, the second bar, going into it with that B. And that C is the start of bar 3. So we've done bar 1, we've done bar 2, we're on to bar 3, we're on the C. From that C, we go C up to the F. So we want to transition, no grace note here or anything, transition down to the low A position on the bottom hand, and at the same time the top hand is going to that F, so lifting up 2 ring fingers, or 2 ring fingers, lifting up the bottom 2 fingers. If you have 2 ring fingers, well, maybe some people wear lots of rings. I just wear 1 ring, but lift up the bottom 2 fingers of the top hand. So we're on to the third bar. So C for one beat with the grip if you wish, up to F for one beat, and then we're going down to E for one beat. And when you go down to that E, we're just dropping down one finger. You can get there with doubling it if you wish. So if you're doing the doubling, the top finger lifts up first, second finger comes down, top finger comes down, and then you do an up and down with the middle finger. So that's the doubling in slow motion, and if it's too much havoc to have the grips and doublings, and of course you could totally take them out. So we're still on the third bar, we've done our grip on C. And then we have our last note in that third bar from the F down to the C. No embellishment on this one, so thank goodness. Drop down the bottom two fingers of the top hand, two ring fingers if you have them, and then lift up the middle two fingers of the bottom hand, get that pinky finger down, and that's our E to C transition. So we've done bar 1, we've done bar 2, we've done bar 3. We got one more bar to go in this lesson, but let me just play bars 1 to 3 here for you so you can kind of tie it in together here. So that's where we are so far, and then our last bar, I'll just play bar 3 again into bar 4. So we have a B for one beat, so we're coming at that B from the C, the last note of bar 3. And when I say bar, I'm talking about the space in between the two vertical lines in the music. So we ended off on that C in bar 3. We're going to the B for one beat. So you could just do a simple note transition or the doubling. The simple note transition, just dropping down that middle finger, lifting up the ring finger. If you want to do the doubling, we have to get there with the G grace note finger. Top finger of the top hand lifts up first. You go down to the B, top finger comes down. And then we do an up and down this time with the bottom hand top finger. And that's our doubling on the B. That B is only one beat. Then we're going to go down to low A. To get to that low A, you can do this low G strike, which is kind of cool. So I'm just dropping down to the low G very briefly and then lifting up that pinky finger. That low G really doesn't get a beat, it's an embellishment, so we just barely hear it, but we do hear it. If it's too tricky to do that, you could just drop down that ring finger as well. And just go directly to the low A. So you have a piper's choice there, I guess. And then we have a burl, followed by a low A for 2 beats and even another beat into the next bar, the last bar of the line. So we've gotten down to low A, however you choose. Now the burl, simplest version is just do a single tap with your pinky. So that'd be the simplest version for the burl, just a single tap. Another option is you could do a quick double tap. So that would be another option. If you want to do a true burl, we're sliding the finger down across the hole and bringing it back up. So it's kind of this back and forth motion rather than an up and down motion. So that would be typically how to do a burl. Getting your finger a little bit waxy or slippery with some sweat there can help. And on the forehead or behind the ear, that little bit of oil can help it that much more. Also kind of twisting your hand a little bit like you're going to open a doorknob. Not outrageous, but just helping a little bit with your forearm muscles so that pinky finger is not completely on its own can help as well. So that's all the content in lesson 1. But I feel like we've tacked on quite a few different bars here. So we've gone through almost the whole first line. So again, if you want like to check out this sheet music where I've highlighted where we've gone in the music, you can click on the link below and all the other lessons there. But I will play through here what we've done so far. So we're playing most of the first line here. So keep at it, have fun with it, and can't wait to see you in the next lesson. Happy piping!